I guess I must be revisiting like old reminders of lessons that I learned. I wouldn't call them lessons, but perceptions and understandings along the way. Things learned along the way. People don't do things for the same reason we may. One example comes to mind. If I have friends and they would like something or they need something and I have it, I give it to them. I don't even think about it. There doesn't have to be a motivation behind it. They need it or want it. It makes them happy. If I don't need it, I just give it. But I met a man once whose friends were, oh, he's such a great guy. Such a great guy. He's always helping us out. And one day, the reason why he helps out was admitted by him. It was because he thinks they're bad parents. They don't do a good enough job. So every time that he'd bring them a bag of groceries and they'd be like, oh, thank you so much. You're so good. And they would go around telling people what a good person he was. It wasn't because he was a good person, it's because he was a judgmental one. And he had a bunch of dogs who he didn't kept fed, and they all died from fleas, bleeding them out, bleeding them to death. So that's a negative example. There's these good examples too. That's why I ask why somebody does something, to get to know them. I don't assume from their actions. And people will surprise you. Like some people, they'll be like, oh, they're only doing that because they feel sorry for me. No, you'd be surprised. Some people just want to see you do well. Such people are out there. And I know I'm one of them. And I'm living amongst people like that. And when, I don't know why it came to me last night, but how would I describe a love that I would desire? And it came to me that I would describe it as someone who would lend you their strength without taking anything away. It's hard to put the feeling of sharing a body, a physical space with another person in a healthy way where you don't feel less than. You feel supported. Like, this is right. This is the way it should be. And I figured I'd just quick make that before I buzz out this morning and get some things done. Things learned along the way. Not everybody does things for the same reason you do. Oh, another one was I spent a lot of time with people who would fly sign on corners. And everybody's, oh, they're liars and they're lazy and all of that. They're not out there for the same reasons you would be. And they don't lie why you think they do. Could you imagine complete strangers who judge you, who are reluctant to give to you what you need, knowing your trauma? When you tell your trauma, you re-traumatize yourself. Why are you on the street? Well, went to the organizations that are supposed to help. They couldn't. And I love my kids, so I didn't want to put them in an abusive situation. You have to remember what that abusive situation was, because you're so eager to move beyond it. You don't want to have to keep thinking about it. And so you tell stories that make sense to the people that you're talking to. so that you don't get the invasiveness, you don't get the judgment. There was the other part, and that just slipped in my mind because I really don't care. But it was, people aren't always going to tell you the truth, not because they're liars, but because they know you can't even comprehend what they've gone through. When I tell my friend, what it was like there in Southern California in the desert, they tell me, they said they can't even imagine. There's no way such things that happen there could exist in their world. And they've suffered. They've lost loved ones. They've seen domestic violence. And so they will do things that, coming from other people, you wouldn't be comfortable with, but coming from them, that's comfortable, that's natural. They give, they invite you in to the family, not to take advantage of you, not to do anything, but just because they want to see another part of their world do well. And I like that kind of giving. And it does exist, it is out there. There are people that just want to see you be happy, no matter what happy means to you. Of course, if happy means hurting other people, you might have to do that in another space, but just go be happy. That's another thing. People say, oh, have a good day. Well, to some people, a good day is, you know, conning other people, getting away with robbing somebody, stuff like that. Is it always wise to wish somebody a good day?